As the prophet of esports, I rely on trustworthy and meaningful data every day. Data from our research partner YouGov offers the most complete view of esports fans and gamers in the world, providing context to who they are, what they think, the brands they buy, and things they do. YouGov's connected insights and research services inform strategy at every level. If you're a team, a brand, agency, or rights holder, you should be talking with YouGov. Their partners measure and maximize ROI and are telling compelling stories with data. Visit yougov.com/gaming-esports to learn more. A little more minor story first, and this is Chipotle. Chipotle in the news, opening a virtual restaurant in Roblox, giving away $1 million in free burritos. Basically, it's just as the headline says, there's a every day after 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, the first 30,000 fans who dress their avatars in a Chipotle-inspired costume and visit the Chipotle virtual restaurant cashier get a code for one free burrito in real life. So it's the first 30,000 every day until Halloween. So they're saying in total they're going to give away $1 million of free burritos.
About to make
Here's my question for you guys. Does this mean Chipotle is officially the first metaverse restaurant? Is that like, are we okay to call this? I don't know. What do you guys think about this? We seem to be fans of every Roblox activation. What do you guys think of this one?
I like it. I mean, I went back and forth as I often do. Probably should have gone second because I could have just taken the other side of whatever the first one said. But the reason why, tell you the reason why I like it and the reason why I don't. The reason why I like it is because it tied it into the real world, right? So you go, you visit in Roblox, you get the coupon or whatever, you go, get your free Chipotle. So this is like the classic esports and gaming pitch, right? For brands, it's you bring in a new, younger, digital native customer that probably wasn't eating at Chipotle, probably wasn't watching TV commercials where I see a Chipotle every 10 seconds when I'm watching like Seinfeld or like, whatever 60 Minutes on Sunday that I'm sure no, Gen Zer is doing. So I like that. The reason why I was a little bit skeptical before I thought about the tie into the real world was just the one thing that I don't think is necessary and I'm not excited about in the metaverse is food. Like you don't need one of the benefits of the digital thing. You don't need to eat in the digital world. Like
yes, you do.
I just don't see any value to like going to a digital restaurant and pretend eating.
Have you played Breath of the Wild?
Or Rust, or like...
Don't see any value to it.
I think
level 100 cooking.
Not necessarily entire restaurant integrations, but like, down the line, what if you get like Uber Eats integrations naturally in games? You know what I mean? Like that's your...
Will we need delivery services in virtual worlds?
No, but that's what I mean. Like you can like while you're in base, right? Say you're playing an MMO or something, right? You're in base with the rest of your team. You're like, all right, let me place an order real quick in the thing. I don't know.
I see.
That's like, the metaverse.
You're right. Hold on. Let me just understand Jimmy's use case here. There is some use case where you're playing WoW, you're in the middle of a raid, right? But you haven't had dinner. Right. And it just so happens that WoW has decided to put a Chipotle booth in the middle of the dungeon so that you could
or like a mule, right? There's like they have mules that like go back and forth with things. You put your order in, it puts it in real life, it like goes and gets it. You just keep raiding. Like I don't know, like just real integration. So I think that's what it's moving towards, right? Like how can we keep you immersed in this world and still get your sustenance and not die?
I don't think it's to counter Jeff's point. I don't think it's to attract new users. I feel like it's more of a brand dominance play. Chipotle is like up there with Verizon. Everyone knows Chipotle. They're not gonna, I don't think people are like, oh, I don't like Chipotle. I really like, I don't know, Qdoba or something. Like everyone eats at Chipotle. It's more about just like, let's do something unique. Let's do something cool. Let's go where they are. And to Jimmy Mondel's point, like if this works, how else can we expand upon this tech and integrate like an in-game ordering thing. And again, like Jeff, there's so many games where eating is a part of the game, where your character can get buffs, where he can recover health. There's potions, and there's some things I just can't talk about that I'll tell you guys about after the show about a Fortnite event I was a part of. But it's an awesome branding opportunity when you can not only have a Chipotle restaurant in the game, but maybe one of the meals you make is the Chipotle burrito, right? And again, it's dominating that brand space. It's becoming the first in the metaverse, and this is like the coolest non-Fortnite in-game activation I've ever seen.
Yeah, can I ask you guys one question? I looked at a few places where this news story was posted. I'm trying to find the article that I had here. But what I noticed was there was basically, at least in the article I looked in, there was not one mention of metaverse, like the actual word. Do we feel like this was a
blunder?
But is this a marketing blunder on Chipotle's part? Is this
missed opportunity?
They need a consultant. They need
to ask the master of the metaverse himself.
Yeah.
I will also add just this related story, guys, and then we'll wrap up on Roblox and we'll move on here. But there was this other piece of news this week where they unveiled this electronic music festival, and this time they did mention the metaverse. Mm-hmm. And so they've partnered with this music event promoter Insomniac to create the largest dance music festival, EDC, to introduce this to the metaverse. I mean, this one I think seems maybe even more obvious than the Chipotle one, but I'm curious where you guys stand on this.
So EDC is massive, right? It's this huge carnival every year outside of Las Vegas. I think it just happened last weekend, by the way, when we were all there for the conference. Yeah. And I get what you mean by saying it's like more natural, or you kind of follow it a little bit more because it's similar to DJ Marshmello and Astronomical and Ariana Grande. But to me, I feel like, I don't know, food that you're like, what are you
Can we say, Jimmy, is it fair to say that Roblox is running away with this metaverse thing? Like, and Fortnite is, who arguably had everything to lose, is really lagging in this department. And it seems Roblox has one-upped them in just about every department.
I don't know if they've one-upped them, because I want to see the numbers at this digital EDC event. I want to see the number of Chipotle orders. The Fortnite numbers were, no pun intended, astronomical. You can't really touch those. And Fortnite was first by like 2 years. I think 3 actually now. So I don't know if Fortnite's falling behind as much as, to your point, like they haven't done something innovative in a while. They've just done more concerts. And that's what I do love about Roblox, that I'll give you credit for, and where I was kind of going as well was, they're not just thinking concerts, they're thinking food. Maybe they'll think a shoe store. I want to get to some of these comments in chat, because Stuart, in the GTA comment are particularly interesting that I think we'd like to dissect a little bit. But I mean, EDC's massive. I get what you're saying about how music or a concert are kind of a natural integration. I don't see why anything's going to be any different, because if that's what the metaverse is and is becoming, then a shoe store where you can order your shoes and anything else are going to become just as natural. It's just that we started with music first, so to us it feels natural. But like how unnatural is like you're at a concert but you're not dancing, your digital character is dancing, so
I mean that works for me. My character dancing probably is a lot better than me dancing, let's face it.
I just do Fortnite moves anyways.
Owen says, hey everyone, a bit late but I'm here. Hey Owen, welcome. Adam says, you said I'm gonna say it, you said Roblox wrong. There you go, Adam. I know you love hearing about Roblox and all the things Roblox is doing. I better stop saying it, because I'm going to just find myself saying it. Stuart says, imagine that, heading into Domino's in game and having it turn up at your house. It's kind of interesting, right? Like if the future, like the next sort of evolution of retail is presence in now all of these metaverse platforms, I can just see it becoming a bit of a nightmare for actual retailers who need to build out these experiences on every single platform, right? Until we have sort of one true metaverse.
There's companies that are doing that, so Jimmy Iovine invested in the network, and they're trying to create these virtual experiences where just because you're not at this fashion show or you're not at this art gallery doesn't mean you can't participate digitally and even buy those pieces through their app.
But
So
there's
I think
still
it's
one-off kind of activations, Jimmy, right? It's
totally.
not like
Yep.
there's common, like, it's not like there's some common systems that allow you to open a metaverse store and it be in Roblox, in Fortnite, right, like everywhere.
Not yet, but I just want to say we're kind of looking in that direction. I don't think it's far off.
Definitely. And people are experimenting. Like we have like GOG Galaxy, which tries to, incorporate your Steam launcher, your Origin launcher, and all those game launchers and tries to put them in one thing. And so the next thing just needs to come along, which is your metaverse collector. You're going to put your Roblox and your Facebooks and your whatever the heck else ends up being in that thing. And you just end up in the cesspool of despair and darkness. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, no, I think it'll just be one extra collection app that'll get us there, but we'll see how that works out.
I love this comment. Alex says, let me order an Uber Eats while playing Call of Duty. Make it a kill streak. Which,
if you suck at the game, say goodbye to dinner, buddy.
Yeah. If you're good at the game, you're going to have way too much food, way too much Uber Eats coming to your house. Bruno says, these current metaverse brand activations hype have a real early 2000s Second Life vibe. Bruno, I see your point. I think we're better than that, right? Like, I don't think it's that crude or rudimentary, but it definitely doesn't feel like Endgame. Right, I think that's definitely a fair point.
The Zuckerberg demonstrations that we've seen about the metaverse especially feel Second Life-y. The rest of it is like, okay, we're heading on to this cool futuristic pathway, and then you see the presentations that from Facebook, and you're like, oh, no, not the enterprise metaverse, no, why that?
Stuart says would work well on GTA. Most definitely would work well on GTA. But GTA, you could argue, has become like its own little metaverse platform also, just with all the modding and that modding community. Any other thoughts on this before we move on? Jeff, you still think Roblox is not going to pass Twitter in terms of users?
I do not. I still do not.